We'll go over the card by card. So we've got the double effect Veiler because, well, it's a crossout target. It's also fine because everyone's playing Anaconda Dragoon right now. Max C at 3 because it's Master Duel. We're going to play Max C at 3. 2 Ghost Ogre because it's good into Tempai and it's also good into Yubel. You can hit the continuous spell in Yubel and you can hit the field spell in Tempai. Both are very good. Other than that, it trades a card normally, which is quite nice. Triple Ash because stops Max C, which is the Master Duel special, but it's also just good generically. Silent Swordsman 0 at 1 and Silent Magician 0 at 2. This is because the Magician's kind of better, and if you open up one of them, then Ties of Bind can still summon the other one from deck. Swordsman's just questionably the worst one, but he still does come up a lot because targeting does happen so often in Yu-Gi-Oh! Gadget Trio, our tried and true normal summon of this deck. But then I guess there's also Archfiend's Advent, which is the normal summon you normally save for turn 3, or when you use the Endora effect to blow the field, you summon out the Summon Skull to grab a body that floated, or something that's indestructible. And then you can just kind of kill your opponent with their own guy. I've also got the D-Shifter here, the last hand trap we'll talk about before, or Imperm later. Cards at 1 and very good, so we play it. One of the Dark Magician, because honestly, a lot of the time this is just a random extender, but as you know, we can make Dragoon with it now, which is cool. Double Gandora, because it can pop the field, but can also do combos going first, so there's utility first and second, so we like the 2. 1 Triple Tactics, because, yeah, card's alright. 1 Ties That Bind, because very searchable in the deck. Triple Gold Sark, or Shining Sark. We really need another way to get this. Please go down, give us a field spell that's also Shining Sark, like the King Sark deck. Need that real bad. This is your bread and butter. If you don't have this card, you can't play the game. So the games where your Gadget Trio gets ashed or impermed and you don't have Shining Sark in hand, you just lose. So it feels really bad. Super Poly. Super Poly, very good card. Gives this deck some going second potential outside of Gandora. Hopefully you've hand-trapped your opponent enough so that the Super Poly just means you win the game kind of thing. But yeah, Crossout Designator. We could play Cold Buy as well. We just went for Crossout because we've got a large array of hand traps and this stops Imperm as well. 1 Secrets, this is the new tech because we can make Dragoon with these 2 guys here. So yeah, it's a nice one of. It is bricky, but it's alright. 1 Turn Silence, this card also can be a brick if you don't have Shining Sark out and a Shining Sark monster. This card is just dead, but it can be a monster effect negate, which is cool. It's a little bit tricky to pull off. It's also got a cool effect in the battle phase where you can banish it to end the battle phase if your opponent battles a Shining Sark monster, so good against Tempai. Future Silence is our rotor for any of our monsters, so it's pretty nifty. You're normally going to get Gadget Trio, right, if you haven't started your combo. Otherwise, you can get things like your Gandora or your Dark Magician to potentially do some extra combos. But typically, you don't want to normal summon either of the zeros. You will summon them off Ties That Bind. Ties That Bind typically is going to summon out these 2 guys for you. But anyway, Imperm as our last hand trap. Very solid, very good going second. Combo with Super Poly, you can wipe boards. Summon limit for first, and there can only be 1 for first. Just 2 Floodgates that are at 1 because, man, if you can set up this deck's turn 1 board with these, you kind of just win the game. Now, as I mentioned, this deck can actually be rather bricky, and it's unfortunate because while it has a lot of 1-card combos thanks to Gadget Trio and Shining Sark going into Ties That Bind and then, you know, putting out 2 negates, those negates are kind of weak stat-wise, and compared to other decks like Kashtira, like this deck kind of seems like a joke. There are definitely other engines you can mix in here. If you like mixing in Dogmatica or Cash yourself, you can do that too. I think they're all good additions to the deck, and I have played them. They all seem decent. But we tried to go for a pure and hand trap build here, which is the best way to play a deck pure in my opinion. And I think it does the deck a lot of justice, and Dragoon does give the deck a new level of just pressure. Unfortunately, the Dragoon you make here is not made with any vanilla monsters, so it has no pops, but it is of course still a negate that cannot be targeted or destroyed with card effects, which is awesome. Now let's talk about all the Super Poly targets. You got your favorites, Mud Dragon, Garura, Earth Golem Adignista. This is good for Appaloosa and IP, getting them out of the way. And then Starving Venom, any 2 Darks. Predaplane Dragon Sibelia, so your opponent's Dragoon and something else, another Dark, very good. Or against any Fusion deck, Branded deck, this is very good. Baron de Fleur, because we do have like Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and you can just summon out the Dark Magician if your Shining Sark's out, and normal a hand trap if you want to make Baron, you can. Doesn't come up all the time, but it's there. Chaos Angel, kind of in a similar boat, where you can make it with the Dark Magician and some level 3s. Good card. XYZs, we've got Plan B for when everything goes to shit. You've got a bunch of level 4s in this deck, so you can just go Baguska Pass. Classic. The Vampire. This card is actually insane. This card makes the Archfiend's Advent a one-of in the deck. Otherwise, you wouldn't play the Archfiend. Basically, when Archfiend steals an opponent's monster, you can attack them with it and the Archfiend and whatever else you have, and then you can overlay into this, and you just don't give your opponent their card back, so that's cool. This card just says if you use an opponent's card for the XE summon, you can treat it as a level 6, so this is a 6, so you just take whatever they have, even if it's a level 12, and you can overlay to this. It's great. And of course, we've got Zeus and Typhon as well, so if you did want to do the Archfiend's Advent play and then go into the Vampire attack directly, go into Zeus, that's a thing you can do. Otherwise, when you are going second and your opponent just kind of unga-bungas your starting stuff, you can just turn your Gadget Trio if you get Impermanent Veiled on it. Go ahead and just turn it into Typhon and give your opponent, a rough time. In the Link department, we've just got the BLS, which doesn't come up, but it's here in case. The SP Little Knight, which is very nice, and the Salamander Great Almirage. Honestly, you could play whatever you want here. I'd say you have to play Little Knight, the other two or whatever. Almirage is here because a lot of these are 1000 attack normal summons. And that just means if you do need to get to SP and the pop on SP, you can link into this first and then link into your SP and get the banish, you know what I mean? So that's really cool if you need to do that. But yeah, that's the list. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you guys hype about Dragoon finally being able to be used in Shining Sarc? I kind of thought it would go better, but yeah, not having the pops feels bad. And I gotta say it again, but the consistency of this deck just feels bad. We still need something else. I know we have a Rhoda and a card that searches for Shining Sarc, so essentially we have 9 copies of Shining Sarc, but we need some more. We really need more, which feels bad, because the deck is literally dead if this card's not on the field, and unfortunately, if your deck relies on something being on the field so bad, almost like Toon Kingdom, you need, like, infinite ways to it. So, honestly, potentially a Link 1 would be nice, but I think a field spell would be a nice way to do this too. But, yeah, let's see what the future holds for Shining Sarc. What do you want out of Shining Sarc support? Let me know in the comments. We've had lots of chats about it on stream, but I want to hear what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm your boy LOZA. Oh, and sorry if I look really tired. I just finished a 9-hour stream. Yeah, 9 hours. Went to work, then came home, streamed for 9 hours playing Dragoon Turbo. Did we win? Not a lot. We went 26 and 30. That's not great. But anyway, it was a 9-hour stream. It was fun. I went insane on it. I lost my mind, but it was still fun. I don't regret it. Anyway, good night, everybody. Bye. Alright, to do the Dragoon combo in Shining Sarc, you are going to need to open the Dark Magician or the Gandora and a way to Shining Sarc itself. So, hopefully we're not going to get hand-trapped on this Gadget Trio here. And we are, so that is game. This video didn't make it 8 minutes, so let's go. My here, my ooh, my ho, my ho, my here, my ooh, my ho, my ho. Hello, salute, it's me, your Duke. That's probably 8 minutes. Bye.